Hi all, welcome to Jet Softech. I'm Aditya here. I'm discussing the basic configurations of GL in SAP FICO. In this, first let's start off with the creation of company code, credit control area, assign company code to company, and create business area to segment, chart of accounts, assign company code to chart of accounts, and these basic configurations as much as possible is what we are going to cover in this video. This is something which is suggestible to be heard by people who have already completed the configuration. This is just for a recap because I'm going to do it a bit fast. So VPRO is what I'm taking OX02 transaction, and I'm given this as Viprosys India company code, and this is like Hyderabad, country is India, INR and English. So this is just I've created a company code now, and we can also very well create the company as well. So the company creation, we can either go from the transaction code OX15 or the path. So I'll take this as the title is company, and our company name is Viprosys Hyderabad, and these are all not mandatory, but if we want, we can give it. And house number, street number 1, postal code is 500123. Here we have India, and then say OK. We can give these values as well, and I'm going to create the request, our own request for the first time. New request for Viprosys. Okay, and I'm just saving it. Say OK. And once it's been done, we just upload this. Now here this has been done, and once it has been done, VPRO, we have done this configuration now. And in this, what we do is let's go back and create a company as well, and let's do it from SPRO as well as from the transaction SAP IMG reference. And this we have the enterprise structure. In the enterprise structure, we'll have basic configuration. So let's go to the enterprise structure, and in the enterprise structure we have definitions. In the definitions we have financial controlling. In this we have define company, or you can just click on this, or you can also go from OX15 transaction and reach to this level. So new entries, click on new entries, and then we have here VPRO, Viprosys International Service, street number 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Postal code is this, Hyderabad, India, English, INR, and save. I'm saving it in the same request number. All these configurations which we do for this particular company, we are going to save in the same request number. So it all depends on the requirement. Based on the requirement, we are going to save it under a particular request number. So now we have to assign the company to company code, which we normally do in the assignments section. Here we have the assignments in this financial accounting, in which we have the assign company code to company. Either we can click on this, or we can go to OX16 transaction, OX16, and in this OX16 transaction, in this we just click on this position, and the company code is a VPRO. In this we just need to select the company. We are assigning the company code to company, so VPRO, select the company, select it, save it, and the same request number, back. Now once it's been done, we have to go ahead with the creation of the next step would be credit control area. The credit control area is pretty simple. As of now, we are just creating it, and we are not assigning any particular we're not assigning any particular limit here. We'll just click on this OX credit control area, and as I told you, to see the transaction codes, we can just go to the display key IMG activity, and you can see this. You can display the transaction codes here. Okay, So the transaction code for this credit control area is OB45, last four alphabets or numbers, alphanumeric, whatever it meant. So just click on this credit control area. We're just creating a credit control area and we're not doing anything now. OB45 is the transaction code. We'll just create it as VPRO, and the currency is mandatory, we need to give it, and I'm not giving anything now here. Okay, I'm just saving it, and the same request number, we just created it. Okay, so we are not assigning any risk management and all these things. Okay, description is required. We process. Okay. Save it. Now back. Credit control area has been done. Now once the credit control area has been done, we need to click on the, okay, let's create the business area. Okay, what's the next step that we have is creation of business area and segment. So as I discussed in the theory part, business area, we cannot pull out the reports on the business area level, but we can pull out the reports at the segment level. So let's go ahead and create a business area. Define business area, click on new address, and then we have VPRO. VPRO, we create it as a business area here. Then we we can just use it in the future. So next we are also creating the segment. So as I discussed, OX03 is the transaction code for business area, but for segment we don't have any transaction. We just need to follow from the path. So I'll create the segment as well, and then let's go to the fiscal year. We have chart of accounts. So new entries, VPRO, process segment, save it on the same request number, back. Now let's create the chart of accounts. For chart of accounts, we need to go into another path, not the enterprise structure. We need to go to the financial accounting. In the financial accounting, we need to go to financial accounting, set general settings. No, we go to the general ledger accounting, and in this we have GL accounts, master data, preparations, and here we have the edit chart of account list. So the transaction code is OB13, and you can also go from OB13 transaction. Once we click the OB13 transaction, this screen is going to open here, and I'll go to the vProcess VPRO, and vProcess chart of accounts, and then that's it. Group chart of accounts we are not maintaining as of now. Save it. Okay, the mandatory is language is English. Say okay, save, and this has been saved. Chart of accounts has been saved, and then we'll go ahead and assign the chart of accounts to company code. So for assigning the company code to chart of accounts is OB62. So let's click on this path, and then go ahead, and we can also go from OB62 transaction, position VPRO, and in this we give the chart of accounts as VPRO. Just save it in the same request number, back, and after this we'll go ahead with the creation of fiscal year. So let's go ahead and create the fiscal year. So for creation of fiscal year, we'll have this path here, fiscal year, financial accounting global settings, and we have fiscal year, maintain fiscal year variant, that is transaction code is OB29. We can see it here, and click on that, and we'll create a fiscal year now. So the fiscal year what we have proposed is for India. So for India, the most probably it will be like the year starts in the the financial year starts in April and ends in March. So here let's take these things and let's take this as a reference, copy, and then we'll go ahead with the new entries. Click on new entries. Oh no, And now we'll click on the new entries, and in the new entries we'll take it as the proposed one that we have here is VI, right? VI. So let's go ahead for VI, and we have we process V fiscal year, and then we have, that's it. So year dependent, if you make it as year dependent, then you need to mention the year as well. So specify the number of postings. Number of postings is 12. Save it, and now select this, and periods 2015 years, and this we are making it as specific to year. Okay, so in the year 2015 we just have 28 days, so I just change that, and then back. And once this fiscal year is completed, we need to assign the fiscal year to company code. We just go to the OB, the transaction code here is OB37, so we'll just click this position, and we'll go ahead with the just skip that. We have VPRO here, and we have the fiscal year that just now we created, and that is the fiscal year is VI. Save it, process, and this is what we have back. So assign the fiscal year variant. This has been done. So once it's been done, we go ahead with the posting periods, and in the posting periods is what we normally maintain it for. Posting period is what we normally maintain it for the months, whatever we can post the account. So let's go ahead with the posting period now. So now here let's go ahead and first create the posting periods, and define variants for open posting periods. OBBO is the transaction code. We just select this, and we will be allowing the end users to post a particular document for a particular range of dates. So for that we create a variant here. Let's create as this as VPRO, we process posting period 1, save. Okay, and now back. So this is back again, and this is posting period variants, and open and close posting periods is what we'll do it now. And for position, okay, let me copy certain things which we have for 2015. So just copy position VPRO. So we have new entries VPRO is the one here, and for this I'm giving it as something like now this I'm giving it as plus, because it'll be applicable to all the all the accounts. I'm not giving any periods here, and so it will be like, yeah, I'm not giving any account numbers, so we are not restricting any account numbers. And plus means all type of accounts will be there. Basically there will be a lot of account types, like we have assets, customers, vendors, materials, GL accounts, and contract accounts. We can give different posting periods to different types of accounts. What I mean to say is, for example, if we have for debit or credit, we can give a different posting periods. Normally we give posting periods open for only 1 or 2 months or max 3 months. Okay, so we are going to do that. Assign variants to company code, and click on this position VPRO, and in this we have variants, and the variants we have VPRO. Save it, just say okay, and back. So we have successfully created the posting periods and hi all, Aditya here from JL Softech. In this session we are going to do a couple of GL settings. In this, like we have already done a couple of settings. In this we have retained earnings is what is we need to do yet. Fiscal year variance. Retained earnings we are going to do after creating the account groups. So let's create the account groups and then we'll also create the retained earnings for carrying forward the previous account details, profit and loss details. And now we also would create field status variance and assign company code to field status variant is what we'll do. Document types we are going to do, and number ranges for documents is what we are going to do, and tolerance groups for employees is what we are going to do in this particular video. So let's start off with the creation of account groups. As I discussed in the theory part, the account groups is something which we are going to do in OBD4 transaction. In this, all the account groups we are assigning at the chart of accounts level. So we already have couple of values here. But I would like to create couple of account groups from the. Okay, so we are here and we copy these values here from this from a particular account groups for chart of accounts. So we have couple of records here. New entries, and in this we are going to copy this, save it, own request, and we have a request copy process is what I'm just selecting it and say OK. Data was saved, and these are the account groups which we are going to use further while creating the accounts. So, and when we see this, all the field status groups and all will be there here. Okay, let's go ahead and create the retained earnings, and retained earnings is OB53, or we can also go through the path OB53. And in this, let's create the chart of accounts as BPRO is already existing, and in this we just need to give X here, and we need to give one account number which already we have in the in this particular number ranges. So we have something like cash and bank balances. So we have 2004001 to 2005000. I'll take 200401. So I'll give here 200401. This is mandatory step. Just say you just ignore this message and click on save. Okay, and then say enter and save this. Changes have been made. So now once the changes have been made, then what we have to do is we have to go ahead with the retained earnings has been created now, and there is an account which we creating for the retained earnings. That's what we are exactly doing it now. That's it. So that should be from the account groups that we have already created here. So this range, a particular range of it, and then we have company code to field status. Okay, so let's go ahead with the field status variant OBC4. OBC4 is what we'll do. OBC4, and in the OBC4 we would be creating a field status variance, for which we'll take a particular standard field status variance from where we can copy all the values. So 0001 is something which SAP has given for standard, and that's what we can take, or we can also take something like IDIS group. IDIS group, what are all the things that we are able to see at the IDIS will not be available in the real time. So 0001 is what we'll copy, and just click on this copy, and we'll change this as VPRO. Copy all. 41 entries have been copied. So when we copied this, and when we go for the field status variance for this particular field status group, we'll have G00, G0002, G0012, G071 and ICCF1. All these are the field status groups that we have. G0001, and we have general data, and if you general data, if you see, these two are the optional, these two are suppressed. And now if you see additional account statements we have all suppressed, and only business area has been made mandatory, optional. So taxes, we can have all this. So various transaction codes, what are all the fields that we have, and what should be suppressed, what should be obligatory, all these things we'll do it in the in this particular. Okay, so we have successfully created field status variants, and we have to assign the field status variant to company code. So we will we'll assign the field status variant to company code in OBC5 transaction, OBC5. We can also do these things from the path. Okay, let me show you this in the path as well. SPRO, SPIMG reference. In this we have financial accounting. Here in this we have financial accounting, in financial accounting general ledger accounting. In that we have GL accounts, master data, preparations, edit chart of accounts list, I mean to say this defined account groups. So we can select it from here and do that, or we can go for OBD4. And we had just now done the retained earnings, so the retained earnings is here, define retained earnings. We can just click this, or we can go to that particular respective transaction code. And then we have assign, then we have the field status variants. Field status variants will be at the document level, business transactions. Okay, define document types, and then we have posting case and all. And field status variants also we have here, which we have done through the transaction code. So assign field status variant to assign company code to field status variant is what normally we have. Okay, so that is something which if we click, it's already been logged. So we'll just go ahead with the already open one. Assign company code to field status variants. Position, just select VPRO. In this we have to give this as VPRO as well. Save it in the V process, and then we have back. So this is, we have successfully saved the field status variant to company code. Then we have to create the document types for defining various types of document types that we are going to use. And as of now we are going to create one document type, and then we are going to assign couple of number ranges there, and then we are going to define the account groups, tolerance groups as well in this. So I am proceeding with the OBA7 transaction, and we can also create it from the path document types. Here we have defined document types is what we have, or we can go from transaction code, and the transaction code for the document types is OBA7. OBA7, and in this we'll go for the new entries, and in this I'll go for the VP. And number ranges, we need to give a number range, and number range you can either click and create from here itself, or you can go to the transaction code called FBN1. So if you click on this number range information, it will go to the FBN1 transaction only. I'll just show you. If I open up FBN1 separately, the same transaction will come there, FBN1. So we'll have this VPRO, and just click on this intervals, and in this intervals we are assigning couple of intervals, like we are adding one interval 01 and 2015. And then we have something like, okay, I'll take it as 1 to some 10,000, and then we have say okay, save it. And then once it's been done, VPRO is the company code, VPRO is the company code, and then we have here number ranges. Whatever number range we have now, it will be available here. So this number range name is 01. So if you see here, this is 01, so I'm assigning 01 here, VP, and save. Okay, VI stress VI V1. Okay, V1, save and say okay. So we have assigned this, and we save this. It was already been saved, and once we have come out of it, we need to go ahead and create the tolerance groups per employees is what we are is our next step, OBA4. And for that is as well we'll have the path. OBA4 is what I'm going to go into now, OBA4, and in this we are going to go and create new entries here, and in this we would keep the group blank, and because we want to allow it for any groups. If you given a group, this will be applicable only for that particular group, so we want to keep it generic, so we are not giving anything there. So I'm giving maximum number of cost, and discount is up to 10%, say, and here also we can have it up to 10%, and here also 10%, something like that, and just click on save. Okay, once it's been saved, we have created the tolerance groups for the users, and this is generic for all because we have the company code VPRO. So for that, all the tolerance groups are allowed, so we just have it there, and once it's been done, this completes the tolerance groups for employees, and we also have to go ahead with the calculation procedures, that's OBYZ and OBYZ. And procedures, we need to assign a particular procedure, and that particular procedure we have to assign it to a condition type. So in the procedures, these are the tax procedures, and in this tax procedures we are just copying it from something like taxes test or something like that. So we have taxes test, and we can just copy that into taxes India. Copy all, say OK. Once the number of entries are copied, 1, this has been done. Yes, save changes. Okay, data was saved. Okay, now what we are going to do is, once it's been done, TAXIND. Okay, so we have condition types. So in the condition types, we are going to assign that to the particular condition type, which we're going to create the taxes classes in this. As of now, I'm not doing it now, and when it is required, we'll do that. Okay, and I just assigned one tax calculation procedure. That's it. So country to calculation procedure is OBBG. We have to assign this calculation procedure to company code in OBBG. So in the OBBG, I'll go ahead and for the position India, country India, we need to assign that tax IND. So we already have assigned to tax IN, which has already been assigned, which is already working fine. So you can also have tax IND and say OK. Then this is what we have configured in the tax calculation procedure for the taxes. So by default, the taxes we have assigned copied from the test, but we can also get new taxes or assign new values and all. So then we have something called very important topic is document splitting. Document splitting basically takes care of splitting the entire account groups documents into a particular document value from one value to another value. And I'm just going to show you what are the different categories that we have in the document splitting. So the transaction code, we don't have the transaction code for the document splitting. For that, you need to go into SPRO transaction, and in this ING reference, and in this we have financial accounting new, general accounting. In this we have business transactions, and in this we have document splitting, and we just need to click on this classify GL accounts on the basis of document splittings VPRO. So here we can give some values and new entries. When you click on new entries, we'll be having different types of documents which we have to split on. So I'll take something like the balance. Yeah, hi all. Aditya here from Jade Softech, and in this session we are going to discuss a couple of things which are in the basic settings and the enterprise structure. We will be discussing in this session the credit control area. We'll be discussing the financial management area, consolidation business area, and business area, and then we are discussing the company code to financial management area, and consolidation business area to business area. So in this sessions, let's start off with the financial management area, as we already completed company code, credit control area, and segment, and let's do those things now. Okay, so company is actually something like BMW International, and if you take the BMW International as a company, BMW India is under the company, and that would be the company code. Then we have credit control area as something which allows us to give credit to the customer, like for example services or the products, up to which amount can we give the credit to the customer, and then we'll have something called business area, which is actually a part of the company code. And then we have functional area. Functional area is like SD, FICO, HRPP, all these other functional areas. Business consolidation area is like, which is a group of business areas. So if we create a business area here, we have something called VPRO, so Viprosys Hyderabad, and let's create another business area called Viprosys new entries, VPR1, Viprosys Pune. So just save it, and now we can also have VPR2, Viprosys Mumbai. Save it, and then come back. So for this, let me tell you that transaction codes as well, because transaction codes are also very important. So let's check the transaction code for business area. The transaction code for business area is OX03. This is what we have created now, and we have a functional area. Okay, before getting the functional area, let's create a maintain consolidation area, because maintain consolidation area is what we need to do. That's the transaction code is OCC1. That's what we need to do now. OCC1, click on that, and we have already VPRO. I'll create new entries. In this, I'll say VPRB, business area for Viprosys. Save it. That's done. Now what we are doing here is, like, we have created the business consolidation area. That's OCC1 is the transaction code. Then let's go to the assigning. Then we have okay. Okay, so now here we have created the business consolidation area. Business area is already there, and then we also want to create the financial management area. So for the financial management area, we can do it from here, maintain financial management area. The transaction code for this OF01. So just click on that. So it's VPRO, we already created. We'll create a new one, VPRF, Viprosys financial area. Currency is INR. Just say save. Okay, back,
back. And now what we have is define segment. We already done that, and define profit center also we can do it later. Control, and then we have assignments. In the assignments we'll have the assignment of company code to financial management area, and assign consolidation business area to business area is what we have to do now. So let's go ahead into that. Let's go ahead into the assignments, financial accounting. In the financial accounting we have assign company to company code to credit control area, business area to consolidation area. This transaction code is OBB6. Just click on this one, and in this position VPRO, and in this we already have the VPRO. So we have something called VPR1, VPR2 are the business areas. For our understanding, I'll assign these two to a particular business consolidation area which we have just now done, VPRB, and I'm also assigning this also to VPRB. So both are been assigned to VPRB. So VPR1 and VPR2, Viprosys Pune and Viprosys Mumbai, both are assigned to business consolidation area. Okay, then we have assigned company code to financial management area. So now we have created a financial management area called VPRF. So we need to assign that financial management area to the company code. So I'm selecting the VPRO. In this we already assigned a financial accounting area, that is a VPRO, which has already been done. So we can just change that into VPRF if you want, which we have just now done, and then save it, and the changes have been updated. So this is about creation of a company code to financial management area. Then let's create the consolidation business area. We need to assign it to business area. So yeah, we already done that, and yes, so these are the things that we have. Let me once show you the credit control area, which we already done actually. So I'll just show you once again. So credit control area is something which enables us to give the credit. So just OB45 is the transaction code in which we have done VPRO. VPRO is this. We are just mentioning credit control area, but we are not mentioning the credit limit. So credit limit is something which we can mention here, and according to that only we can give the credit limit to that particular customer. We have done retained earnings, financial translation ratio to currency translation. These things we'll do it later. Hi all, Aditya here from JL Softtech. In this session we're going to discuss the concept of document splitting, and we would be going ahead further with the customization and configuration of all the various documents. So as of now in this session we are going to discuss the creation of GL Masters, GL Master account document posting through various methods, and we have the PARC document as well. These are the things that we are going to discuss. And here in this GL Masters can be done through either PATH or FS00. In the real time, these basically are done by the end users. So this also comes under the end user concept. So in this GL account document posting can be done in the FB01L transaction, which is the old one, and the new one is FB50 transaction. And PARC document we are going to do it in the same FB01L or FB50 transaction. Either of these two we can create the PARC documents. So here let us go ahead and first create the creation of GL Masters, and for that we need to go into either accounting, financial accounting, and here we have the general ledger. In this we have the master records. In the master records we have GL accounts. In this we have individual and centrally. So this is how we can double click on this and create a account, or we can go ahead and just type FS00 transaction, FS00, and in this FS00 transaction we can enter and create a account. So we are actually creating two accounts, one is for credit and one is for debit. Our logic here would be basically to create two accounts. One account we are doing it for debit account, another is for credit account. So what is our purpose is, debit account is actually the amount, we'll take off the amount, and in this we are going to put the amount. So then what happens is, this will become plus 10 and plus 10,000 and minus 10,000. Then what happens is, if we have plus 10,000 and minus 10,000, the entire finally the the balance will be 0, and 10,000 minus 10,000, it will be minus 0. And this is about the accounts. And then we have something called document. So this is for debit and credit account. And document, when we are creating the document, these are the things that we are going to put up. The amount or the amount details are we are going to maintain at the document level, and accounts we are creating at the master data level. So now here, when we have something like 200105, just say create, and this I would put this in the investments, and this belongs to investments. And if you have a doubt in this, you can go ahead and check in the OBD4 transaction what are all the account groups that we have given. So whenever we are creating an account in FS00, we need to make sure that the account group is matching. So if I say, let's say if you want to assign as account group as investments, for investments, if you see here for VPRO, in this we have investments. For investments we have the chart of accounts as VPRO and investments, and the account number ranges 2001012 to 200202000. So we are taking 105, which is within this limit, so it will accept, otherwise it will give you an error. So I'll take it as investment. So balance sheet account, controlling area, then we have a line item, and here we have to give it as 001, and then we have credit. In this we have field status variant as G001. Click on save. So these are the mandatory things that we have to give. Once we have given all these things, then we have to go ahead and create another account, that is again in the FS00. We have, let's create another account for, say, cash 2004012 to 2005000. So 2004005, create, and in this we have balance sheet account. In this we have cash and balances, cash account, and control data. In control data we have to go for only bank balances, and then line items, and in this we have sort case 001, and general ledger create, we have here G001, and just click on save. So we are created two accounts now. One account is for probably we'll be using it for credit, and one account we'll be using for debit. So there was something like 2001105 and 200405, something like that. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go for FB01L. So FB01L is the old transaction which we use for creating the documents. Once we have created an account, we can create any number of documents for that particular account. So let us give the date. The date is today's date, and then we'll go for 40. There is these are all the standard posting keys that we have. 40 is for debit and 50 is for credit. So debit is what we are taking out the amount. So for taking out the amount, in the sense we are giving it for investment. So investment is what we have taken as 200105, and just say enter, and here we are giving us somewhere around 1,000 rupees is the investment, and invest. And then we have in the posting key we have 50. Let's give it as 50. And account group, we have to select the cash account. The cash account just now we created was 200405. Save, and we need to just put star here to get the whole data. Now here just we need to save it, and once it's been saved, once the details have been saved, we can go ahead and check these values. So the document has been successfully stored, and this document will actually hold all this data, and we can also view the data in display. You can go for display, and if we remember the document, we can see the list of all the documents that have been created for this particular company code. So when we display, this is the data that we have just now loaded, and this is 1000, 10,000 and 10,000. Yeah, so these are the values that we have. Okay, now let's go ahead and create a whole document. Okay, let us also go ahead with creation of the same account or same document through FB50 transaction. FB50 is the latest transaction that we have. So in this also the same way we are giving, the navigation is a bit different. In fact, like, this is more easier to create a document because we have everything here. Credit and debit are here. Oh, I have taken as MGIT. I just need to change the company code. VPRO. Okay, I just clicked here and changed the VPRO. So we process, and then we have the document date as 3, and here we have the GL account number. GL account number for investments is 105, and the amount is say 1000, and this is debit, and then we have 405 credit 1000. So these are the things that we are giving in a single single screen, and just enter and save. So this document 3 was posted in company code VPRO. So this is what, so actually the document numbers are starting from 1, so that's the reason I think it will be the third document that we have been posted. So now this is how we normally post the document through FB50 transaction. But the next thing that we want to discuss is like the whole document. For the holding the document, we normally have even in the same FB01L we'll have some option called whole document. Basically there are certain situations in which we wanted to restrict the end users to post the document directly. So what we do is we just give them the access to hold the document. Later someone else can log in and the authorized people can correct it, and then they can post it. So here we are just holding the parking the document, not holding, parking the document. So for that I'm taking the investments again. We can, as I discussed, we can create any number of transactions or documents for this. Now I just need to save. Okay, so they will not have the access to post it. It will be grayed out like this, so we cannot click this. So similarly the end users also will be given the access to only park it. So how do they park is they go to the document and click on park. So what happens is this will become parked. So this document has gone into the parking, and the park document we can clear it off, or the people who have authorization to go to FBV0 transaction, they can go ahead and park it, post the document. So here we also have the navigation as well. For that we have general ledger. In the general ledger we have the postings, documents. In the documents we have the park documents, and post or delete the park documents. Even if you click the same thing, the same FBV0 transaction will come, or even if I go ahead and click FBV0 directly, the same thing will come. So here in this transaction of FBV0, so here we just need to remove this document number, or just keep the company name. Even if you want to put the fiscal year, we can do it. Document list. You will get the list of all the documents which are parked. If we have couple of documents which are parked, we can view that parked documents and then we can modify it accordingly, and then we can change it. So what is the thing is, here we have 1000 and 1000, right? So now what we can do is we can double click on this. We can make this as a 1001. Okay, and then this one also we can make it as 1001. And once this has been done, we can go ahead and post it. The document was posted because I saved it, it automatically got posted. So once it's been posted, it will go out of the parking slot. Let's do the same thing with the latest transaction, that is FB50 transaction. I'll log in into this again. I'll log in into FB50 again. In the FB50, let's go ahead with this, and then we have, I'm taking the 405, and this is debit 1000, 105, credit 1000, say enter, and then we just need to click on park. So they will not be having this access, it will be grayed out, and you just need to click on the park. Okay, so let's click on the park, and once the document 5 has been parked, again to clear off this document, we need to go to the same transaction FBV0. If there's no other change, we just go to the FBV0 transaction, and in this transaction we'll go ahead and go to the document list and then execute, and here double click on this, and you want to do any changes, you can just make the changes here. You don't have to go to another screen, everything happens here itself. That's the best thing about this latest one. And save as complete or post. Okay, directly I'm posting it now. So once it's been posted, this has successfully been posted. So this is how, if you have created the document in FB01L, if you go to FBV0, the same screen opens. And if you do it in FB50 and then go back to the FB0, according to the latest screen, that screen opens. This is all about the parking document. So somebody will be parking it, and you would be accessing this, and you would be posting it. This is what happens in the parking and posting the. Hi, Aditya here from JL Softtech. In this session we are going to discuss the creation of credit control area, business area, functional area, consultation business area, financial management area, segment, and profit center. These are the things that we are going to discuss now in this session. So let's first start off with the define credit control area, because you already know company and company code. So I'll take up this one, credit control area. In the credit control area, I'm creating new entries, and in this I'm taking this as VPR2, currency is INR. And what exactly is the significance of credit control areas? Here we are going to define how much amount to which we can give the credit to the customer. So you can also put the risk management category. Risk category is like we have to create the separate risk category for this, and then we can put it here. But just you can also mention the amount here. This much amount is the maximum thing that according up to which we can give the limit to the customer. And fiscal year variant also, we can mention the fiscal year variant that we have mentioned, we have created. So normally we run VP, April to March special periods, and update also we can give the update. So it is like 0, 1 to 15 and 18. So different types of updates. And if you just keep it blank, there is no update. So you're keeping it blank now, and just save it. So new requirement for process, just say okay. This has been saved successfully. So VPR2 is a credit control area for which we have given certain limit. So whenever we go ahead and
give the controlling, I mean like the customer accounts receivable submodule. In that, this will play a significant role, what we have done now. And then we'll go for the define business area. So business area, click on new entries, and in this the business area is VPR3. Chennai. Okay, I'll take it as VPR5 is the business area. We press this Chennai, and I'll take VPR6 as another location like Bangalore, and just say save. So we are creating two business areas. We can have n number of business areas under a company code, and then we are going ahead with the functional area. So define functional area. In this, click on new entries, and in this functional area is VPR5. We press this. Functional area is like SD module, MM module, or something like the sales module. You can just say we can segregate the data between sales, material management, all this stuff. So I'm just clicking on the save now. Say OK. Once it's been done, we go ahead, we come back, and functional areas is done. So maintain consolidation business area. Just click on this maintain consolidation business area. Click on new entries, and this business consolidation area is say VPRG. Consolidation area. Okay, just say OK. Save it. Once you save it, you need to assign the business areas that we have done till now. We need to assign it to this business consolidation area. This will come under the assignment part. So in the assignment part, if you check the financial accounting, in this you're already aware of assigning company code to company code to credit control area. Assigning company to credit control area is what we will do it now, because just now we created a credit control area. We'll assign it, and then we have business area to consolidation area, company code to financial management area, and assign profit center to company code. So these are the things that we have to do in the assignment part. So first let us finish off this creation. So we have created the credit control area, then we created the company code business area. So let's create, we have already created the business area. We also created the consolidation business area. We created the functional area. So what was the functional area name that we have just now done? VPR 8 or VPRG? VPR. And consolidation business area? We need to check that. So for maintain functional management area. So just click this, and in this we already have VPRO, so we'll just go for VPR1. So new entries. Financial management area is a part of the financial FICO module. So VIP. Financial management area, create define segment. So define segment will get for new entries VPSE, we press this, save it, and then back. Here define profit center. Click on this profit center. Okay, so before creating the profit center, we must have a controlling area in place. So let us go ahead and create the controlling area. So let's go to the maintain controlling area, copy and delete the controlling area. maintain controlling area. In this we have couple of controlling areas here already existing, so let's go ahead and click on the new entries, and in the new entries I just want to click company controlling area is equal to company code, so that automatically the company code will come here. So I'll just click on this. So this is VPRO, and that's it. So all the controlling area company code configurations whatever we have mentioned will be copied to the controlling area, company code to controlling area. So controlling area same as company code. Click on save. So once we have done this controlling area, we will be able to go ahead and create the profit center. In fact, for creating the profit center, we can create a cost center and then we can replicate that as a profit center. We are going to do in both ways. Now let's go ahead and let's go ahead and create the cost center. Create cost center. This is a create cost center screen, and in this we are going to give VPRO as the controlling area. And once we give the controlling area, we are assigning the we are assigning VPRC or VPCC. We can also put as VPRO only to make it simple. So valid from. So the date is tomorrow's date. Okay, cost center. So whatever is the cost center we have, we need to if you want to take the reference of some other cost center, you can do that, or controlling area also we can do that, but just say enter. Okay, I'll just come back to this. Yeah, this has some okay, so when I'm discussing the controlling part, I'll discuss about the create cost centers, because we have to have maintain the hierarchies, and in profit center also we need to have some prerequisites. So let us go ahead with the creation of segment. Did we create the segment now? Yes. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead with the assignments now. So in the assignments, we'll go to the financial accounting. In this, assign company code to company, we already done that. Company code to credit control year, the credit control year that we just now created is what we need to do. So position VPRO. For this, the credit control area is VPRO. So we can have this, the credit control area just now we created is VPR1. So we can either go for the VPR1, VPRO. So if you just double click on this, that will be updated with the old one. In fact, if you have not assigned any controlling area, it by default takes it as blank, so we need to fill it up. And then we have the business consolidation area. So go for the business consolidation area, and in that business area VPR5. So for VPR5, the business consolidation area would be VPRG. And here also we have VPRG. This is the business consolidation area that we have. Okay, so once we have back, assign company code to financial management area. Click on this company code to financial management area. In that company code to financial management area, we have, okay, so this is company code to financial management area. So company code is, let's click on this VPRO, and the financial management area is, we can just browse it, whatever financial management area we have created just now. So that was VPR9. You can double click on this and click on save. Then back, and we have once we create the profit center, we can assign the profit center to company code. So the transaction codes for all these things which we have done just now, okay, just get it like this. So here creation of business area is
OX03. Business consultation area is OCC1. Maintain functional management area OF01. Profit center, we have not done that, we'll do it later in the controlling part. Then we have the assigning company code to credit control area is OB38. Business area to consolidation area is OBB6, and company code to financial area is OF18. Okay, and next we are going to have something like, yeah, the profit center is like a bridge between the controlling and finance as already discussed. Okay, we'll create a segment now, one more segment, define company, click on new entries, and I'm creating something like VP R8. We press this segment, save. That's it. So this is how we are creating a segment. Segment is simple. The way we create the segment is simple, but later we need to assign this segment to the company code wherever it is required, so that we can map all the transactions to it. Okay, so here then we have in the financial accounting global settings. In the financial accounting global settings, we have activate new general ledger accounting, company code, business area, fiscal year. You have the business area here. Enable business area balance sheet. Check display authorization of business area. General ledger accounting. GL accounts. I think we have all done all this. Revised chart of accounts is like modify anything existing. Edit chart of accounts. Assign company code to chart of accounts also we have done. Account groups also we have done. Retained earnings account. Hello everyone, Aditya here from Jets of Tech. In this session we are going to discuss about the interest calculations, account balance interest calculation. We have defined interest calculation types OB46, prepare account balance interest calculation OBAA, define reference interest rates OBAC, define time dependent terms OB81, enter interest rates OB83, creation of a GL account specifically for calculation of interest and for maintaining the interest, assignment of accounts for automatic postings OBV2, and posting of term loan is F-02, and repayment of term loan also is F-02, and interest calculations whatever we have done till now will be displayed in the F.52. These are the transaction codes that are involved. So let's go ahead and start the configurations now with OB46. That's the interest calculation types. So we have OB46. And in the OB46 we are going to create interest calculation types. I'm clicking new entries, and in this I'm creating a interest calculation type of V8. Interest calculation type is item interest calculation, balance interest calculation, and penalty interest calculation. There are three types of interest calculations we have. So item interest calculation is if we have purchased or sold one product, and for that particular product, if at all the full payment is not done, you are going to calculate the interest based on the item, not based on the amount paid and what amount is balanced. So here we have balance interest calculation is something like they have paid some amount, and for only the remaining amount we will go for the balance interest calculation. And penalty interest calculation is for getting the interest calculated for one penalty. So let's say for example the amount have to be done prepaid in 1 month, but it is now 2nd month, so we'll go for penalty interest calculation. So first one is item interest calculation, we'll go for that. Save, own request. In this we'll go ahead with the process. So we have saved a calculation interest calculation type as V8. Now once we have done interest calculation type as V8, V8, and then we have to go for prepare account balance interest calculation OBAA. OBAA, we need to create the account balance interest calculation. Go for new entries, and in this interest calculation indicator we'll get as a VPROCESS, and interest calculation frequency is 1 month. I'll take it as 1 month. Every month we are calculating the interest, and settlement day is 10th of every month. And calendar type, we have to give the calendar type. Calendar type is 330 of 365, and it's a month end indicator. If you want to give anything, you can give it, and you can also give a limit like this interest calculation will be applicable up to 10,000 rupees. Just save it. Currency, we need to give the currency here is INR, and then save it. And then we have created the interest calculation balance interest calculation as OBAA. We've done that. Then we have to go for define reference interest rates OBAC. Define reference interest rates, new entries, and reference interest rate is also VPRO. Okay, just we are giving all these details here in the reference interest calculation. Please remember this reference interest calculation what we have here. So VPRO, say OK, save it. Now come back. Now once the reference interest calculation has been done, to go for define time dependent terms OB81, time dependent terms OB81. So we'll go for new entries, and here we have to go for time dependent interest calculation indicator is again VPRO, INR, and effective from 29th 04 terms. Credit interest arrears, there are different types of terms actually. Credit interest, arrears interest calculation, balance interest, arrears interest calculation, debit and credit. So there will be two types of interest. One is credit, another is debit. So in this we have in credit again we have arrears and balance, and debit again we have arrears and balances. So I'm selecting credit entry, and we are not giving any reference here. Just say OK, back. And then what we have is here enter interest rates. Interest rate is like, do you want to give the interest rate as 8% per annum or 10% per annum? All these things we have to mention in OB83. So in the OB83 we'll go ahead with the new interest rates. Reference is like for example, like we can give reference, the reference interest calculation. What is that we have given reference interest calculation now? VPRO or VIPR? VIPR. Was it VIPR? It will be there here. It will be there in the V. Reference interest calculation valid from interest rate, we are going to give the interest rate here. Whatever in reference interest calculation here, reference interest OBAC, what did we create there? OBAC, yeah, VPRO, right? So VPRO is what we created here. So we'll go ahead with the interest, enter interest rates OB83.
83. New interest rates valid from, and in rate of interest is 8% is what we are calculating, or you can also give it as 12%. 12% of this can be considered. Save it, PPRO, and then what we have to do is come back, new interest rates. So now here VPR1, I am creating a new one. It is not accepting because that reference interest calculation type we have not defined. Since we defined VPRO, it was taking. Now it is not taking this because it was not created. Yeah. Next, we'll go ahead with the GL account, FS00, just for maintaining the interest. So we'll go for FS00, and FS00 will create something like, let's check the OBD4. Now in the OBD4 position, and the chart of accounts is VPRO, and for the VPRO we have interest rate, loan and advances, 200501, 200503, and VPRO is the company code. Create, and here balance sheet account, here we need to go for loan and advances. Only balances in local currency, line item 001, credit, here we go for G001, save, then back 200503. So 200503 we have it. Now what we have to do is we are created the GL account as 200503. Now assignment of accounts for automatic postings, OBV2, assignment of accounts. So we have to go for accounts. We will go for accounts, VPRO. Okay. So account symbol, we can give some account symbol here. GL account, whatever we do, you remember the GL account that we created just now, 200503, right? That should be there. And symbol, account symbol is something like, which selected is VPRO. VPRO. So we have some standard account symbols. I'm making use of standard symbols. So I'll take this 001 interest received, say enter, just save it. Okay, so application is 0004, and we just, what did we do is we assignment of account for automatic posting. So we have just assigned an account for this interest. So whatever interest will be calculated, that will be automatically assigned to that account. Posting of term loan is F-02. So F-02. F-02, we just posting the document. So document was posted. So enter GL account. This is F-02. We have GL account. So in the OBV2 transaction, what exactly we have is we have done the accounts now. Here we just assigned one account, but in this OBV2, what we have to do is we have to also create. So in this we have the business transaction, that is the business transaction we have here is debit interest. We are calculating the debit interest, and the company code is VPRO, and the interest indicator also was VPRO. Business area is also VPRO. Interest indicator VPRO is not different. What is the interest indicator that you define? Yeah, VIPR. We create as VIPR. So item, and then we have posting key. The posting key you can give it as invoice or reverse. I'll give it as interest. Debited. Interest paid or interest received. Yeah, either of these two. We can take both. One for debit entry, one for credit entry. So we can just say save. This is something which we have to do in OB52. OBV2. Yeah. So now we have a loan account and we have a cash account. So we can create a account in which we have F-02, wherein we can create a account. In the account we have cash balance, interest 1000, so 50. We have loan and advances here, save 1000, save, and this 13 was saved. So what exactly we are doing is we are making use of the account that just now we created in the previous steps. That account is what we are going to make use of for creating the F-02, and interest calculations F-52 will be displayed only when we have couple of interest, either debit or credit. So F-52 is the one. We have chart of accounts as VPRO, but calculation